Hello everybody, welcome back. Today, for all you Hot Wheels fans, we are doing a Hot Wheels video. Today's theme is red, and if you can't figure out what I'm talking about reds. So today I'm going to be showing all of my red editions that I have, which is every single one of them that has been released, and I'm going to show you the new 2021 red editions that have just come out, and I got my hands on them and I'm so happy. So, this is the first one ever released. This was 2017 is when these came out, and this is the number 1 of 12, or out of the 12 cars that are in the set, it's a 14 Corvette Stingray. And they do a good job on these cars. You don't really get a lot of the bullshit. That's the first one. And then I was wanting to save this for later, but this is my favorite one. The second one that they did was the 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser with the flames deco. So this thing, I don't know if y'all have looked on eBay, but these things are not cheap. So I'm glad I've got mine a long time ago, and I'm going to hold on to it until they stop making red editions, and then the whole set will be worth a lot. So there's the Gasser. And so these are released in sets of 3. So I don't know, this would be the C case, is what they say on the back of these first 3. And this is the 77 Pontiac Firebird. And these Firebirds are awesome. They do a good job on these. They got the T-tops. This is in the flames deco as well. You gotta love the Phoenix. That is dope. So that would have been a release right there of just those 3. And then the next 3, we have the Rescue Duty, not one of my favorites, but as it being a red, of course I had to have it. And as they say on this would be G case. The next 3 should all say G, as they were released in 3s. So there's that one. And they had the 64 Lincoln Continental, which is dope. This was, with there being a W, I'm guessing this was a arts car. You can only assume. But I wish I could open. Actually, I do have some of these open, but they're in a box somewhere. I don't really feel like digging them out. But I do have the new 3 unopened that I will definitely show y'all when we get there. Oh, and then we have an 05 Corvette C6. This is a tuned version. It's all scrunched up, cartoony like. That's why they call it tuned. Not too big of a fan on the tunes, but it's a cool car. So then we move on to the next 3 for 2017 was the Night Shifter, which in 2020 was an ID chase. So that's pretty cool to know that this was that this becomes a chase at some point. And then, so these were from an L case in 2017. This is the 68 Chevy Nova. This thing is cool, from the Flames. A lot of these have been from the Flames series. That is cool. Then you have the 2015 Dodge Charger SRT with Mopar deco. That thing is cool. And then the next set from the Peak case was the 67 Pontiac Firebird 400. So another Firebird. Had 2 Corvettes, 2 Firebirds from this set. And out of all the sets that I have seen throughout the last few years, I think the 2017 set is the best. And that's just because of what the last car is. Well, the second car, which was that Gasser, here's a Chevy Chevelle, which is actually this is probably one of my favorite Chevelles that Hot Wheels have done. I think it's great. Like it's street ready. That's cool. But this is what makes this set the best. You had the gasser, and then you even had a cool combi, and it has moon eyes on it right there. That thing is cool. Now, for you who don't know what a cool combi is all it is a Volkswagen bus chopped in half and sewn together into a microbus. Basically, tiny little bus, and it's set up for drag racing with the wheelie bars. So this thing is highly collectible along with that gasser. So then we move on to 2018, the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels, and they had the Volkswagen Kafer Racer, which is a dope version of the Beetle hopped up on whatever you could put in it. It's got the Outlaw deco. This is one of my the more better Volkswagens that I like. I think it's cool. I'm gonna try to speed this up because I don't want this to take 20 years to do. So we have the Acura Nsx from the 90s. Great little import car. Love it. And then we have this beast, the Ram 1500, that pokes out the top. Like, the blister is not big enough to hold this thing. It's just an absolute monster. And we have the 2015 Ford Mustang GT with the Borla deco. The Borla deco has been one of my favorite decos. It's just very in your face, which I like. There's that Mustang. Then here's another car that's not easy to find, is the Volkswagen T2 Pickup, which I just recently got for my birthday from Car Miniatures. So they sell a lot of Hot Wheels. Go check them out. Just go look them up. They have a lot of old stuff, new stuff, really anything you're looking for. But they sent me this for my birthday, and thank you again for that. I'll probably be thanking you for the rest of my life. That was the only one I was missing. And here's the flash drive. Not really much of a car, more one of those fantasy cars. And this is cool. We have the Fairlady 2000 with the 15 deco. Keep this going. Oh. We have the custom 53 Chevy. So all these 50s Chevys, the 53, the 55, usually the 55 is a, you're either going to find it in a gas or you're going to find it as a lowrider, and it's really nice when both of those are dope. Here's a 53. And then we have a 15 Dodge Challenger, my bad, SRT. Not bad. Okay, now that's new. So this is a 32 Ford. You're going to see later on why I said that's weird, because I didn't know they made repeats of reds, and we're about to find out. I'm going to put that aside over here for a comparison later. But for now, we have the Time of Taxi, which was also an ID chase car for 2020. And here's the red edition version of it. Not too shabby. And then last car for 2018 was the 15 Mercedes AMG GT. Very clean car. Not bad. Looks like there's been a lot of 2015 cars. Oh, Challenger, the Mustang, all that. And then we move on to another one of my favorites, the 57 Chevy, which is the beginning of 2019 with the Flames deco. This might be one of my favorite 57s other than the Super Treasure Hunt. Even the windows are red. That's awesome. Then we have the Lamborghini Raventon Roadster. Get down. There we go. So if you like Lambos, there's a nice one to have. And then I like when they do these black ones. This is the Volkswagen Golf GTI with the Momo Deco. Momo Deco also is awesome. So finding it a black version, this is cool. They even made the Datsun for 2020 like that. That wagon. And then custom 53 Cadillac. Weird looking car. Not too much of a fan of that. Then we moving on to an Srt Viper Gtsr. Love Vipers. Always like Vipers. And we have the Hot Wheels Rapid Responder. Another one of these emergency vehicles that makes two of these. Now we have the 87 Dodge D100 in the red edition. Great car, or great truck, I mean. I like these Dodge D100s. Those are awesome to have. Moving on to the Porsche 918 Spyder, which, as we all know, in 2020 came out in blue and was a Super Treasure Hunt. So I have the Super and this. Great pieces in my collection. A not so great piece in my collection is this turd, the Hot Wheels 50 Concept. Just not a big fan of fantasy cars. But as it being a red, of course I had to have it. Next up, one of everybody's favorites. A 67 Chevy C10 truck in the Flames Deco. Everyone loves these C10 trucks. Can't get enough of them. Then Corvette C7r. If you were lucky enough, these actually did come out in Spectra Flame. It was as if it was an Air. As you can see, this one's not, unless my eyes are just terrible, but I don't think it is. I think I know the difference between red paint and Spectra Flame red paint. Then Volkswagen is added again with another black red edition. The Volkswagen Caddy, little tiny truck. Yeah, I like the little trucks. I've always been a fan of little trucks. Don't care too much for big trucks. Then we have the start of 2020, the Indy 500 Oval. I remember when these came out, I had a bunch of these. If you could tell with the gray wheels that it's a, what is it, the speed blurs? Street blur? I'm not sure. I know it's not the night burners. I think it's the blurs. Whatever it is. Something blur. And we have a Dodge Viper SRT10 ACR. And it's gray, actually. So this is new. They're usually red, white, red and white. Those two black ones, so this one's gray. Nice. And then we have the toilet, the gotta go toilet. The toilet seat actually lifts when the car moves. It's pretty funny. And then another one of people's favorites that's nice and collectible is the Bone Shaker. This one's in white. I was happy to get this one. They had a lot of Bone Shakers in 2020. They had the ID one. They had an Arts Car one. They had this one. Just a bunch of these bone shakers for 2020. And this is one clean ass car, the Aston Martin Vulcan. Very clean. That's awesome. We're actually getting close to being done. We have the Tooligan. Another one that's not so popular. You could actually might be able to still find these. Maybe. I found one of these a few weeks ago. I just left it because no. And this is actually, these you can find right now. The 68 Shelby Gt500. I found a bunch of these just last week. If you go to Target and you go through those bins, there's a bunch of bins that people are going through. You might be able to find one. Because that's where I found about 4 more of these. I had this already, but I know people that like these, so I bought a bunch of them. So that one and these next 2 you can still find. This is the custom auto. I've actually got a bunch of these laying around right now too. And then the McLaren P1, which has to be one of my favorites right now. This thing is just so clean, so dope, gorgeous. Last 3 for 2020. These you can't find really. You got the custom 18 Ford Mustang Gt. And that is like the same paint like the Corvette. It could be Spectra Flame, but I think they learned their lesson this year and they didn't do that. The Sandblaster, all red monster truck. They actually got a decent sized blister on this one. They didn't mess that up. And then another one of my favorites, big time favorites, is the 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata. This is the red edition, this one. And the one that you got at GameStop that is green, you better hold on to those as long as you can, because they are highly collectible. So now that we got through 48 Hot Wheels that are out, that are in red edition, we are moving on to 2021, starting with the Toyota off-road truck. And I love Toyotas. Personally, that's all the cars that I own. So anything Toyota, I definitely take. And then the reason that I thought that it was weird it made a repeat, they did. The Uno, in the Uno Deco, they made the 32 Ford. So they have 2 versions of it in the reds, one from 2021 and one from 2018. I like this one a lot. I think that's cool. And then the last one that I'm going to show you is the Triumph TR6. All 3 of these are being released right now. So hit your targets. Maybe you'll be able to find one. There's 4 of each of these in a single case. So if you get lucky and someone's not greedy, you might be able to pick some up. And if you want to see them up close, we have them a set that's opened, starting with the truck, the Ford, and the Triumph. So here's a better view of it. You get all this gloriness. The Holly. So there's that red, the 32 Ford in the Uno Deco, and then your Triumph in black. Now how cool is that? There you have it, people. Every red edition that has come out, plus the new 3 that just was released recently. Make sure if you want them, go to your Target and find them. Ask the salesman who does toys if he's got any cases in the back. That's probably your best bet, and he might bring you one out. So with that, I will see y'all next time. Maybe I'll open some more Pokemon cards, or maybe I'll find some more Hot Wheels. And with that, I will see y'all next time.